All right. Welcome world. I am the brother Burns. To the left of me, I got the brother Max Lowe.
Peace. What up, everybody?
In front of me today, holding a bottle of Henny, sweating already.
Yes, the OP, we out here, with the very special.
In studio guest today, we got the legendary hip hop group Natural Elements, the brothers Swift, the brother Butter, and the brother Vu. Thank y'all brothers for making it here today safely.
Yes,
sir.
And welcome to the studio.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We got a lot to talk about. Your brother's been in the game for a long time. And we appreciate your consistency and your longevity. You got a new project dropping April 17th that I want to get into before we get into anything else. It's called Alignment. It's dropping on Fat Beats distribution, which I wasn't even aware that Fat Beats was a music distributor. No, I think that's super dope. I want to get into that part of the conversation. But the new project is called Alignment, April 17th. First of all, Alignment, an interesting title. What does that title mean to y'all? And how did y'all come up with it? How did y'all reach that point of calling it Alignment?
Well, I mean,
it's sweater on. You might as well talk first.
Get the merch now.
Well, really, it's multi-layered. Natural Elements. We don't just say something for it to be on one level. So, one thing is that, as y'all know, we're all solo artists, strong, individually, and our crew was a clique before it became a group. So even though we are a group, we have our separate individuality as far as our special nuances that belong to us. And with a group, you have to be aligned to put out a group album, to do this stuff, or all three members or all the members of the group have to be in agreement and align with what the project is, what the objective is, and for us to go and form unison and alignment and getting things done and bringing it to you guys. So that's one layer. Another layer is that hip hop, our beloved genre of hip hop, went through so many changes since we was first putting out music. But we look at ourselves as us being not aligned with what's going on exactly, but where hip hop is, where people want lyricism and people want they want a different thing now in 2026 than they did in 2016 or 06. I'm talking about collective consciousness wise, not just a couple of people.
Right.
So Natural Elements, us when we was away, all the things that was going on wasn't our type of swing or our type of music, but that was great. We loved that type of music and the different nuances of hip hop, because we think it should be all inclusive and everybody plays their part, and it should be a little of everything. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be just one thing. Right. So anyway, yeah. So us. So the alignment of us in the ecosystem of hip hop right now is one of the reasons why we call it Alignment, because it's aligned with what we think the people want right now,
right,
in this day and age right now. You know what I mean?
I want that motherfucker bad as hell already.
Yeah.
So do y'all all agree that there's now a shift back to lyrical hip hop, more? Obviously not on a mainstream level. I don't think we'll ever reach that again, and that's okay. We're not exactly checking for what the mainstream is checking for, but again, like you said, the spirit of hip hop, the consciousness of hip hop. Do you think people are now reverting back to that thirst for knowledge and lyrics and something that I want to rewind it, and it's gonna make me think damn, does he mean this or does he mean that?
And I think to always expound on what Swiggo always says, it was at that time where all of that stuff was happening, it wasn't right for us.
Right.
We had to let all of that happen to get to this point where it's probably the right moment for us to do what we doing.
Right.
And so the alignment thing is aligning up not only with each other and what we do, but what's happening in the culture.
Right.
Yeah. And
so now is what better moment than now when people are actually taking a look at this and saying, okay, we tired of this shit now. We want something that has more substance.
Yeah.
You know, we want something that's saying something that we can, it's relatable. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah.
And we was recording while we was away.
Yeah, we wasn't, you know,
we wasn't
was
like
doing our
just not
thing.
doing anything.
Right.
We just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so like the stuff that some of the stuff y'all gonna hear is y'all gonna hear our camaraderie within Natural Elements and like our brotherhood.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think sparked that shift now, where people are demanding that now, like where the hip hop that all of us grew up on and the hip hop that y'all make is now being more so demanded than it was, like he said, in 2016, 2006. What do you think the shift was?
I think that hip hop culture and the music and everything, it moving to the forefront was a gift as well as a curse, right? Because as it becomes more massively consumed,
More
you know, and it's
Same
oversaturated.
conversation we were having earlier.
You know what I mean?
For mass consumption, it had to be done.
Right, yeah, you know, and then not only that, but when you saturate the market with the same thing, there's not diversity.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So people are going, damn, this shit is all starting to sound the same. It's starting to all look the same. You know what I'm saying? And now they go, but wait a second. Over there, yo, they spitting something different shit.
Knowledge.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, let me see what's going on over here.
Right.
And so I think that's where the shift is happening, you know, at that point, you know, and, you know, people worried, oh, well, you know, first time in a long time, you know, there isn't a rap that's in the top 10 or whatever. I mean, but that does not reflect what's going on in the culture.
Exactly.
That does not reflect what's happening in the
That's
culture.
in the fucking pop
It's a-
sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Pop,
Yes.
right.
And-
There's
yeah.
a renaissance.
There's the hip hop now, or it's been like this for years. To me, it's always been two. It's like the underground shit and the pop part. You know what I mean? The commercial.
Mainstream.
Right.
You know, I'll call it pop the machine, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the
Right.
underground's been there since
Yeah.
y'all. To me, y'all were like the guys that sparked that match to me with the underground. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you that fucking power.
It's the vein.
And, but
it's the vein.
it's been there since that.
Right.
Before that, you know what I'm
It's
saying? Like,
the business change.
just-
The business changed too. You know what I mean? So
word,
That's
yeah.
another thing too, right? Like when y'all came in the game in '93, right? Even before that, before y'all were literally in the game, hip hop was one way.
right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, how do you approach music differently? Like now, it's totally different. The game totally changed.
Yes.
The game
Yes,
basically
but
is
the
us-
sound of music is going back to that.
The things they want
Yeah.
is the
to
thing.
like the raw sound, like the
Yeah.
original sound.
The
you know?
things that people require. I look at also. It's a few points that I have, but I look at hip hop too like a human being. And when you're 51 or whatever age hip hop is, there's certain things you start to think about now. Like you had your 20s, you had your time when you partied, like you didn't give a shit. You had, you know. I don't mean, and y'all could edit this out, but it was time when you fucked till your dick is raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No need to edit.
you know, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was time when you know, we gonna all pass the shorty around. Like you had your, so then you
different
get
eras.
now you get into your hip hop when it got into his 40s. It kind of was like, okay, all right. I gotta go check with my doctor more. I gotta go. So it started doing its own checkup on itself, and now that it's at the age now where it's like, okay, I have to be self-aware. I want to eat organic foods. I want to exercise more. I want to look at things from a different angle than I did before, or use wisdom in things and not just being in haste and shit like that. So hip hop is like that. Hip hop is like, if hip hop was a person, hip hop would be like, I want to be like this now. I want to dress like
this
this.
is my age, this is
This
what
is
I
my
wanna be now.
right. This is what I want to be now. And y'all could in the business part or in corporate say, no, I still want you to be the 25-year-old that goes out to the right. But it's like, no, because I'm gonna start like saying my knee is bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start saying I have a headache. I don't want to stay up till a certain hour.
Not only that, right? But
if it was a person, right?
Yeah.
Right,
No,
but to go along with your analogy, if it was a person and they continue to act like a 25-year-old, they die.
They'll die very.
In order for hip hop to live, hip hop is doing a self
1000%
cleanse almost.
Yes,
That's the other
yes.
thing.
And I love that you said that.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
perfect.
I think also
analogy.
too is it. I think why we're having a hard time with it because it's the first time we're doing it.
Yeah,
Correct.
We're the first ones that are experiencing this from our, you know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we're living through it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where other genres of music already went through that shit already.
They
They
already
went
went-
through those pains already.
we could use them as like near Earth like planets. You know what I'm saying? Because like I study like country and stuff like that. People that know me personally, like I love the other genres, and I'm from St. Lucia, so like I don't pick a part of the region or the country that I like the most. I like a lot of West Coast stuff that sonically
hell yeah.
that I would like in other places, whatever. So I feel like sonically for hip hop, it wants to hear a certain thing. You know what I'm saying? So
It
us,
needs to hear it.
it needs to hear, it needs
it. Yeah.
right. So us, what we was doing back then was for a certain amount of people. They heard it, and we did our thing in the '90s. But like we were reserved to be of use, like to serve a purpose now, where it's needed. Our kind of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Or,
So that's that's the
Do
change.
you guys think society, because of a lack of education or outlets to gain knowledge, people are watching a bunch of bullshit, consuming a bunch of bullshit. Their hunger for knowledge, they don't know where to find it, and now they're realizing again that hip hop contains it. Similar to what you said earlier, right? That they're doing that over there.
Yeah.
They
But-
can't be lazy though. 'Cause a lot
They
of people
can
just
be
sit
lazy.
there and like, a lot of the lazy ones just sit there and get whatever the machine spews at them.
That's what it is.
I feel like you have to go out there, go to fucking shows. You know what I'm saying? Go to support those artists you don't know. You might fucking hear some shit and be like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that's how I got put onto them. I was like, what the fuck?
Not only that,
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you gotta
to-
get off your ass and go find the shit.
You go to the shows, right? You go to see a Natural Elements where they're the headliners, right?
Mhm.
Somebody dope is opening up for them. I guarantee
Yeah.
you that.
Of course,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Somebody that what I mean is somebody that you've never
that you
heard
don't know of, and they're like,
Exactly.
damn, I'm glad I came to
Yeah,
this
we-
motherfucker. Now I know.
We was. I think we more like another reason why now it's perfect for us is because I feel like we're kind of more digestible for like if you could like playing Natural Elements for somebody that don't like lyricism or that kind of hip hop, it's easy to digest from what people have told me. From like my homie, be like my wifey that she don't even listen to hip hop, but she like y'all when I play y'all, or like my homeboy in the South that'll be like, I don't like East Coast rappers, but I like them. You know, so we like being like a unique thing that's needed at a certain time when nobody else. Because I swear, like if anybody else could do what we doing, I would be like, let them do it. So like we have
it's time for us to
so but yeah, let them do them thing. But we didn't find nobody or saw anybody that we feel like could take our place.
right.
and then what
I'm
you
with y'all
know,
on that.
and,
I agree.
and, I think like recently music discovery became a big thing, you know, where people were consciously looking, you know, because they grew tired of what was being given to them,
Right.
Yes.
you know, and so through music discovery, I think that there became a hunger for something different as they discovered, you know.
Yeah.
They always say discover some shit that
Like it
was
wasn't
already,
there already.
was already there, you know.
Columbus discovered
Oh, discover the land. You know, they always say discover
Yeah.
because it was always there. But as they discovered that there's other shit out there, and it's good. You know what I mean?
Word.
And so like that made us even more as a group and as a thing relevant.
Right.
You know, because like we represent that. There is another thing out there, and
Effortlessly,
it's
too.
fucking good. You know, it's good. It's more than good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's good
So
for you.
exactly. You know, so
Absolutely.
I think that's where it happens at, and then where it started to happen at. You know, and then when we saw that, you know, as a group and as artists, we're looking at it like, okay,
Don't tell that to the people who drink Hennessy. They're gonna be like, nah, there's no other drinks.
There's only Hennessy.
Hey, have you before? Like, what's
There's a lot of fine
I like whiskey.
No, you're right though. A lot of heavy drinkers are very like fucking like. Yeah, I don't care about that shit.
I'm just fucking around. But yeah, to add on to alignment too, like the concept we got asked about it, like personal level, culture wise. But then there's another layer even on top of that because, you know, we've been whatever in touch with each other, pause, you know, whatever. We've been communicating with each other for all this whole time and recording. But for whatever reason, you know, the universe, you know what I'm saying, not just personally or culturally, like literally the universe forced us to this moment that we're in. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we planned, like, yo, let's just hold off until 2026. We're just floating through the universe this whole time.
We're rolling with the punches.
Rolling with, you know what I'm saying? Still putting stuff out and doing this or that. And just with the faith, you know, blind faith really just like, one, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna, one day it'll make sense.
One day.
Not knowing it's gonna be called alignment and we'll be on Fat Beats, etc., etc.
Makes
So
perfect sense.
Yeah, so personal, culturally, and just on a universe level. Alignment.
Yeah, because alignment is a cosmic concept.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly what it is.
It is very cosmic,
and it takes various times, like you know, like
cycles.
Yeah, we couldn't say what, you know, like A said, we couldn't say, yo, this in 2 years. Let's just like a planet or a star, it just moves the way it's supposed to move in its time, and it lands with its time.
It aligns with basically what happened.
Like the Earth is in that perfect. It's in that.
It was a perfect synergy and all that shit.
That life and this shit could happen.
I love the fucking name.
You know what I'm saying? And so
everything aligned for that.
And he is in there too. You know what I'm saying? Like alignment, and he in the middle. That's fine. I love it.
Yeah, and overall, everything has to align for anything to happen.
Yeah.
Like meeting that person by it could, you could say it's by chance or it's coincidence, but it was always gonna align that way, no matter what.
Not even that. Like my wife put me onto this, and I didn't look at things I didn't look at it that way until she told me. She was like, if you would have done anything different, Lord knows if you would have even met me.
Yes.
Like everything that you did led you to this point.
Yes.
Like everything you did in your life led you to this point where you and I met. And
exactly.
I you know, because I always told her, because she's 11 years younger than I am, so I was like, damn, I wish I would have met you a little earlier. You know, cut some time and shit. And she was like, nah, but everything.
She wouldn't have met that you.
Exactly. Wasn't we just talking about this the last time about me meeting my wife? If she would have met me at a certain age, she would have been like, I hate
this. Even with us, when it comes to like the music business or like the how we don't do anything in haste. We're not, and we don't have to really push our weight around or do nothing in the business like that or sell our souls or do anything or have our, you know, whatever tamper
naturally.
It can everything, bro. Like, it has to be on our. When we feel like somebody's trying to push something that's not in alignment, we back off. You know what I'm saying? Because it has to run. It has to be seamless. It can't,
without a doubt.
unforced. You know what I'm saying?
You ever seen the Equalizer or the Equalizer 2 that he gets shot or some shit? He ends up in Greece and the guy wakes him up in Greece.
I seen the first.
He wakes up in Greece and the doctor tells him, I think he asked him, "Where am I?" And his answer is, the universe will always put you where you're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Everything y'all just said just reminded me of that.
That's a dope intro to a track. Fuck that.
That's it. And just letting it, and one of the keys to me is letting it happen.
Yeah,
you're right.
Because you can resist all day.
Be natural.
Yeah, you can resist all day, but surrendering.
It's like Hov said on that interview. It's like, things don't happen to you, they happen for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta let things happen for you. A lot of times you're like, damn, why did this happen to me? It's like, nah, it happened for a reason. Like, you gotta look at it that way.
Yeah, the obstacles get put in front of you for a reason, and that's what makes you who you are.
Even the worst is
what's gonna.
But your perspective can make it good.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we do have power, like mentally, like if you put your mind to it, because we always, no matter what we're saying, we still had the vision and the wherewithal that it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You still have to have that belief in yourself, and you can manifest stuff like that. So it's about work. You gotta be careful
and prepare for it.
That's
and preparing for it.
Like,
that's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Even in our setbacks when we weren't as a group together doing things, if I was doing something, it was always in the back of my mind that somewhere at some point it's going to lead to right here, where we are now. You know what I mean? So he was doing cross country, A was doing his thing, I'm doing my little things on his thing. But each one of us had in our minds that somewhere down along the line, this is what we in, and this is probably what we need to be doing now.
Right.
But we gonna be right here,
Yes.
talking to y'all, doing what the fuck we doing right now. You know,
And the bond was never broken. It was
Right.
never
Never.
separated.
Never, because it was always, you know, we was gonna name this album originally Inevitable, right? Because it was
Like that too, though.
But
And
he fought for it.
The intro with what's his name, Thanos.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because what happened is that we found out J. Cole had his docu-series or something that's called Inevitable, and I was like, I didn't want
I would have done the same. I would have set up too, just for that
I was
reason.
like, no one's gonna
it was like,
You never know, but yeah, I get it.
alignment just
Truth be
like
told, I
alignment
didn't
creeped up out of
Alignment
nowhere.
creeped up.
and like I said, we kept up with each other, and you know, we never lost contact for a second, and we was never disgruntled at each other or at the
doubt,
music
no doubt.
industry. So like, we had the song alignment already. So it was like our boy Real Six did it. Piece of Real Six.
Peace to Real Six.
And we was like, yo, alignment, and it has the two NEs there. It's like, oh, that's perfect.
It is
You know what I mean?
perfect, though.
Yeah.
And that's what it was, you know. And I like how you know, the artwork look and all that. I hope y'all got the album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that
Hello,
CD to come in. Hell yeah, I can't wait.
Alignment.
Yeah.
wait.
Alignment.
So you brothers said y'all never stopped recording.
No.
But when did or how did you know that now the recording process is for the album? Was there a switch, or was there like, oh, now let's start working on the album? You know,
Well, we never.
Was there anything like that?
Well, no, because we don't really record necessarily. Yo, this is for the album. We just record. So it's like, if I have a studio situation or whatever, yo, Vu, yo, check this, you know, whatever, and or A, get on this track, whatever, and we just do it, and we don't really assign it to an album until we have the album and we say if this could fit on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? More
Yeah,
like
but I
that.
think
Gotcha.
around COVID, we had decided independently we were going to work on an EP. We were debating like, yo,
Yeah.
do we put out another EP or should we
NEP
put out
too.
an album?
Yeah.
And so we were kind of recording with the sense of we're going to put these
For
joints
a
out.
project.
Yeah, we were going
Right,
to put
right.
a project out.
Yeah.
At the time, it hadn't even been alignment yet.
Right.
We were still like just recording this pre-Fabi situation, and
Yeah.
we had, you know, we were recording. We didn't know what was going to be on what, because sometimes we have actually several projects and all like, yo, this might fit for this, this might fit for that.
Right.
So that's kind of how,
Yeah.
you know.
Every time when we record, it's definitely a vibe. You know what I mean? It's
And you
not
can tell when it
necessarily.
comes out in the songs, bro.
Yeah,
Y'all have
it's,
a
it's,
chemistry.
that-
It's
yeah, it's,
Oh my
it's
God.
you know, we may not
Seamless.
consciously think about an album, right? But when we go in, we know we doing this for a reason. You know, we're not just recording to be recording. And then when we do go in, it's a vibe.
Yeah, it falls
you know
in
what
line.
I'm saying? And that's basically the process. You know.
So how many songs did you have to choose from for this project?
Well, we did some new ones at the tail, like right before we handed it in. We did like
at the tail end.
we did like seven,
eight.
like
Wow.
8 of them.
Oh, nice. So that's a good half almost.
And the other ones are not old either.
We could rewind that because we could let them know how it turned about, because we were recording already, right?
Yeah.
Independently, and then we have put out some joints just on our own with
Right.
video and everything.
Yeah,
we just was
yeah.
like, yo, let's
see what's
It
happening.
was like because COVID happened or whatever, and so
Right.
Def Comes in Threes was we put
Right.
out Def Comes in Threes where we was putting out like 3-song EPs.
Yeah.
Because we was trying to
COVID, right?
Yeah, around COVID.
I
Yeah,
remember
that's
that.
2022.
I got the CD when y'all put it all.
So we
put it all together.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we put So we just wanted to find a different way to put out music at the time, and we didn't want to hold music.
Right.
So we was like, even though we can't tour behind this because we, you know, everything is shut
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
we want to give people the music though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
nah,
did-
that was a perfect way to do it though, I think,
Yeah.
because a lot of people nowadays, you know, back then when y'all was out,
Yeah.
an album was like an hour. That was like, that's
Yeah,
it. It was
yeah,
an hour or more. Like, it was no
yeah.
less than that, really.
Yeah.
You know, but nowadays, albums got short down like a motherfucker. So
Yeah.
those little fucking 4-track, 3-track
Right,
joints
right.
every 2-3 months or
Right,
whatever,
right,
boom, boom. And then
right.
I love the way y'all came out. And it's crazy because before I did it, when y'all came out with the last one, I was like, damn, I hope they come out with like a CD
Yeah.
with all of them in one shot so I can have them all, you know what I mean? And I was like, yes, when they did that shit. I was like, what?
So did you go back and rework that, like as a rework those songs and those into shows and stuff? Because you said that was during COVID.
That was during COVID.
So did you go back to the those? Like
well,
when you did when you know things got back to normal, you were able to tour and stuff. Like did you work those?
Well,
back
we
in the
didn't
show?
we didn't really at the time. We didn't really get to go back on tour because that when things started really opening back up, 2024 or something.
22, 23.
But yeah, it's a blur.
Yeah, so we was like on to like we was still recording, but like I said, let me backtrack a little second, right? One of the reasons why we record like that is because, like on my solo stuff, right? Because I'm like a bulk recorder. Like I like you know what I mean? I like recording in bulk. So like when I go to the studio, I like recording 7, 8.
You want to get shit out the way.
I like because I'm in the mode and I'm so what happened is on my Gemini shit, I get bored quick if I do the same kind of track every track. So what happened is I'll be like, let me go to the studio and do 6 tracks today, right? One I'm gonna put out right now. One is for this certain album. One is for this. One is for that. And then when I started, getting into recording with the group, when we would do like a couple of joints a session or 3 joints a session, then we started being like, okay, this is for this album, this for this project, this for this. Because when you have the multitude of the joints, then you just put them in playlists, and now it's like more, that fits into that playlist.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So.
Because now you're seeing them as projects.
Yeah, instead of like going all to this is for this album and we're gonna record all these songs in this session and this is the whole, So that's where that started from, like in my mind. You know what I'm saying? And then now the group does it. So now we go to the studio. We probably do a freestyle. We probably do another joint where it might make an album, and another joint where we're gonna just put in the votes for whatever. So it's the sessions are multi-purpose now. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Yeah.
That's not only smart artistically, that's smart financially.
Yes.
You're maximizing your studio.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I say that because I'm sure there are artists out there that waste so much money. For example, writing in the studio.
And time.
Yeah.
Right? That's a bad idea. You're paying for your time. Right at home.
Right.
So you guys being veterans of this business, of the business side of it, we ain't got no time to waste. We're not going in there to bullshit. We're gonna knock out 4 songs. We got X amount of time, and that's what it is.
Yeah. We've been under
as a business.
We've been under many recording situations, like from the attic when we get to record. Like we go to Charlemagne on Saturdays and we all get beats, and Vu record on Tuesday. I record my solo on Wednesday. Kai, rest in peace, my boy.
Rest in peace,
my
one of the most genius pens ever.
Yo, man, I still didn't take this off, man. Straight up.
Been keeping that.
So we had like, and then when we got signed, we was like, okay, we have a budget open, so we could go to this studio and pick up to Young Guru. Like we could be in the studio with him for a certain amount of hours. So now, being that we consolidated all of those ways of recording, and we write our joints, and we don't even let each other hear our verses. I don't think people know that. Like we don't let each other hear our verses before we lay them down.
All a surprise.
Wow.
We just have the hook. We just know what the hook is and the concept and the beat.
Okay.
And that's it. And we don't know what Vu's gonna say. You know what I'm saying? We just have, you know what I'm saying?
Fight together, the 3-man.
The 3-man weave is different.
That's something I'm bringing up later.
But the verses,
Save it for later.
but the joints of the separate verses, we don't tell each other. It's just like a synergy. Like when,
Yo, indeed, man.
I'll ask. Sometimes I ask Swig how he starts his rhyme, just to get a vibe. How you start your joint?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
That's all I want to hear.
But that's dope. If you hear y'all, if anybody who's a fan, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a fucking fanatic of y'all. Like y'all, I'm a huge fan of y'all. Anybody who listens to y'all and knows y'all music, they can see that it's like you guys have like a brotherhood. Like there's no, and y'all ain't friends. Y'all are brothers. Like, you know what I mean? The way you guys rhyme together and everything is like. I swear to God, you guys are the goats to me of the back to back. Like, you know what I mean? The boomerang style. That's what I call it. Like, y'all the goats to that. Like, you guys were doing that shit before I even heard it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Smooth the Hustler, Broken Language.
Right.
I mean, I was already doing it shit like a year before or somewhat. You know what I mean? So
people that even that like there's various things that I feel like we was doing long time ago that people started doing, but it's like I just want to commend us, like including myself, for being not disgruntled at people that would do that, like these niggas been because it's like they supposed to learn from what they think is dope, and take it and use it for themselves, because it don't belong to us. We the vessel for it, but we know how to like allow other people to like live when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like so even when it comes to the back and forth style, like somebody be like, "Yo, the Locks are the best of that." I'm like, "Well, they're great at that."
Like, y'all know
right. But I'm like, they're great. They're great.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like that's our style, but we're very thankful for the people that show us love for that style.
Right.
I jokingly and unjokingly call Swigger randomly all the time. I'm like, yo, Swig, I'm glad you're still rhyming, man. I'm glad you didn't quit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm so proud of you, man. Word.
That's what I mean. That's how brothers talk to each other. Like, you know, get joke, chill. Like, I love it. That's what I love. Like,
You still rhyming? That's crazy, man.
We get out like a meeting or something. We're like, oh, that's crazy. Still rapping.
Is it easier for y'all to write as individuals or to write when you're writing for that back-to-back style?
That's easy, yeah.
The back-to-back is very easy.
You always gotta write a few lines, you know what I'm saying? Like, one line.
And it's always is wild because it's almost instant. Like he'll come up with two lines, 3 lines, and okay, Vu, you piggyback off of that, and it's just boom, and we come. And it just happens synergistically. It's just bug. It's bug. I don't. Like I said, it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Because it's about certain songs and shit, so I'll get into it.
For that portion,
It's all good.
So
shit.
So it would probably be. I think it's easier when we bouncing off each other.
That's
save that for the brother Max.
Solo verses we drawing from our real lives, like as we move in our solo lives. And then we think what we bring in, because every song, like we look at it like songwriting, like real songwriting, like arrangement, like how other genres look at it. And it's like, okay, where Vu's rhyming, that part of the song belongs to him. So wherever he take the audience on that drive right there, I'm not at the wheel. So I'm only at the wheel in my verse.
Right. Got you.
So that's how I look, and we don't say who has the better verse or because there's some people that like Vu's verse better or A's, but to us internally,
I can't even calculate that when it's literally a line or two each. You can't calculate that. All of y'all had the verse together. Like that's where I look at it. You know what I mean? Like you can't really calculate who had the better verse. It's impossible.
Right, but it's like to me,
everybody.
But to me, when I compare it to like I said, arrangement and songwriting, the person that wrote the intro to an R&B song might necessarily be the person that write the verses or the bridge or the outro. So when I do, let's say I'm going first on the track, I'm just trying to set the pace or like do my part in the beginning of the song, but then when it gets to the middle where it's like A or Vu rapping, they in control of that part of the song, and it's their job at that part of the song to make the people want to keep listening. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay.
That's
like in the art, you know, there's moving parts. It's moving parts, and when you looking at something, you know, you looking at one complete picture, but it's moving parts.
Right.
And one person might see that part, be and another person might be, see that part, that shit hits different. But another person might see this part, that shit hits different. But everybody's looking at it like
As a
it's
whole.
as a whole, it's a
art piece.
masterpiece.
Yeah,
Like
But
art
everybody,
pieces,
but
the
the components are all playing
Yeah,
their part
right.
in order
In
to
that
make
part,
the whole.
Yeah,
right? Exactly.
I don't
exactly.
remember when it like happened, or if it was there was a point in time in hip hop where like the person who went last supposed to be
Oh,
last
yeah,
or something
yeah,
like
right,
remember that point in
yeah,
hip
yeah,
hop?
like,
Like,
yeah, they
man,
gotta put the
so
best.
that's the
Yeah,
stigma
yeah.
of like having like something
Right.
like, see,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
the last guy gotta be the
And
craziest.
people would
verse.
fight to that.
Right,
Yeah,
and then
right,
fight
right,
fight to
right.
be
I'm
the
gonna be the
last
last
one.
round.
Y'all gotta
So I
be
don't
the
know where
last
that
one.
came from or
Yeah,
how that
right.
I never even heard of that. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that started right
Yeah.
around when the
Yeah, that's
remixes
crazy.
started happening.
Is that what
Like
it
your
was?
scenario and all that.
Because it was
too.
always the
Scenario.
last
Yeah,
person.
Salute to Scenario, man.
And they would fight to the
Or
last.
in ciphers, like I'm gonna go last.
Yeah.
What cipher and kill
What
it?
if
I
you
remember,
think about it? Look
um,
at Wu-Tang. Inspector
Well,
Deck always
Inspector
had the
Deck, yeah,
first.
yeah.
Always
It's
had the
the
first
first
verse.
one that
Yeah.
was-
To me, it was
A
always,
lot of the times
the
there was
first ones came in like the hardest usually.
Right.
And a lot of the
I'm not
times
saying
it was
the
the
best,
most
you know what I
memorable,
mean? Like, yeah.
right?
Yeah, but see
Yeah.
the last verse and the first verse, like you.
To me, they're in, like together. They're supposed to be
Right,
stick
but
together.
then the
like,
middle is important.
Very important,
That's
yeah.
what
Right.
keeps. That's what
Right.
keeps the
Yeah.
everything running.
exactly.
You know what I'm
To
saying?
me, it's all of them. Yeah,
Yeah, it's all of them. It's like a house. It's
like a movie, too.
Yeah, it's like it's like a movie.
Yeah,
right,
Middle
right.
gets boring, you're
The
gonna
climax and shit. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like all that shit. Yeah,
Right, it's like what-
point.
I think of me when when I was young, like just looking forward to like a Sticky Fingers verse, the end. Like his
Okay.
verse was always at the end, like
Right,
killing it.
true.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
So it
The
was
voice and all that. It all comes
whatever
into
the case is,
yeah.
but like it's not
I'm a
that
big
with
boy
us.
standing
in my
right,
place.
right. Yeah, but it's
yeah.
not that with us. Is basically what I'm
Right.
saying.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
That's
Yeah,
why
I
I
know,
use the
yeah.
moving parts analogy because
exactly.
we all have our own separate thing that we bring to it.
No doubt.
You know what I'm
And,
saying?
and it's interchangeable. It's never
It's
like it's
interchangeable.
always different. Who's
Yes.
you know, who said
But
it
if
all?
the fluidity of it though, it's insane, bro. Like, like when I first, I could have told who's who until I got older and started really studying y'all shit.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean? And I was like, oh
right,
yeah,
right.
this is him. This is him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the beginning, I was like, yo, is this one dude? Like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit was crazy.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
man.
We,
And I still
we got
love
the
it.
same when we in there together. We got the did you hear that shit that he said?
Yeah.
Did you hear that shit? Oh shit.
Is that part of the
So-
reason why y'all don't listen to each other's shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think we want to be pleasantly
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah.
You know, we
Like, what's he gonna do with
What's
this
he gonna, and you know, and then never let each other down.
It's
on
like
that
it's like architecture to me. Like I was gonna say that about a house before, like how like if I go in the house, I'll probably do the electric work that day, but then he'll probably do the plumbing pause.
Ah,
And
that's a great way of putting it. I love it.
But then we're interchangeable. So so
Yeah.
I might be doing the electric one day, and I'm like so.
Got it.
So when people see the house, they're like, "Oh, that's a nice house," but we play the roles we
Yeah.
play to get it done, and it's like architecture too.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, yeah.
Vu might make the pool, the how the pool looks for that house,
Yeah.
but I mightn't have thought of that. You know what I'm saying? Like to do it in that way, and he
Gotcha,
might have thought.
gotcha,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So we lean on each other for doing what the song needs that the other wasn't fulfilling in
Right.
their own personal verses.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
How many hours of freestyling did it take you guys to reach that point for it to be so easy for y'all? And I'm talking specifically about when you do your back-to-back rhymes. You, I know there's not a specific number, right? But
Well, you know, the 10,000 hours.
yeah, I'm sure you surpassed that. In
You know, I
career.
can't call it
With
a
Kai
number of
first.
hours as it is a familiarity and having performed. Like when I first started, he's with me everywhere that I'm at. He's on stage with me. He's on the radio, doing radio spot. You know, freestyling. It's a familiarity that you get. You know, so like he knows my lyrics. He can finish them off for me. You know what I'm saying? I know his stuff. I can finish it off him. It's oftentimes where I'm saying his in my head. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm saying his in my head. And so like that being that familiarity, I can't say that it's a number of hours or time.
Right.
Because we
But it's the whole time span.
right,
of the
and
relationship.
and time don't exist. Like
Right.
when we in this shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like we doing it, and it's like okay, well, you know, and I find myself remembering the stuff he said. I find remembering the stuff he said, and it translates when we are ready to do a 3-man we.
It's very very conversational too.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a seance.
Yeah.
In a way too, right? Because I mean, because when you write personally, right? Like, where's that coming from, right? So I'm writing my rhyme and I'm you know, drawing it from whatever imagination and universe. But then to add another spirit by you and another being by you. Now all three of you are like drawing right from the universe. So it's kind of like you start. So it's interesting because we have to all be aligned. You know what I'm saying?
Because now you're mixing consciousness.
Right. As opposed to my consciousness.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
So it's a rare form to kind of have that kind of like, you know what I'm saying, collaboration with the universe to do that.
And the individual.
And
It's definitely not going to work with anybody.
Right. And I feel like any group or any bunch of individuals that is really about that shit, they'll probably tell you the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? You know, who the fuck knows? How do I he tell me stuff that I don't remember. Like, yo, you remember that shit? You know what I'm saying? Fool, you know what I'm saying?
Great.
So like that's like how
we come like siblings. We're like siblings.
We really don't.
We call it the NE lexicon because when we talk, like I'm always referencing some lyric because there's so many of them.
We'll be in the thread.
The situation,
right,
you know?
Right to the situation, like yo.
But that still keeps y'all sharp though, too.
The
same thing.
Sharp
Keeps y'all sharp.
Definitely.
Was there any specific moment during the recording process that I'm sorry, I'm asking the wrong question. Was there any specific moment or experience that inspired y'all to create the project?
Like what sparked
everything?
I think that
it was a culmination.
It was
of life.
Yeah, we all felt the
world.
Like, that's why we called it alignment. Like we all felt the thing. Something was happening.
2025.
There was a shift. There's something happening.
Before that.
You know, and maybe even a little bit before 2025. We talking.
And now we're not speaking only musically. We're speaking
like worldly.
Universally.
Yeah, definitely. We talk. We definitely saw a shift.
Yeah,
like there's a paradigm shift.
And we're in like year 2 or 3 of it.
Right.
It didn't just start.
Exactly. It's been about that.
See, now, you said this airing when?
This will drop the 19th. Your album drops the 17th.
Okay, now, I don't know if y'all saw this with DJ Clue, right? When DJ Clue said they can't play Rock Marciano in the day.
Oh, yeah, I did see this bullshit he said.
Yeah, something like that about... and I was like, yo, this is perfect time for us, right? Because that line that we thought we would have to like come and fight that fight.
Yeah.
But it's like fighting it for, it's like doing it for us, right? Right? Where like, they're like, okay, radio is at a point now where it needs all it could get. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing that could turn, no audience it should turn down, especially in hip hop radio, like it got to do 25 years ago when they could say, oh, only this could play a certain whatever. Right. So given a group, they don't understand, like given a group like, and I'm not saying this just to facetiously like just throw a cherry or whatever, but imagine 105 or Hot 97 whatever plays a Natural Elements song at 2 in the afternoon. Natural Elements, right? Now they might say that there's this meter that they look at to see when the audience drop. They say, so, I want to see that meter too, because it's like they bullshit.
I think it's just a bullshit of payola, bro.
It's like, does it drop to 0?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, right now,
hold on to that. Go ahead.
So it's like all of these things that they try to impose on hip hop, like I said before, that it could only be this kind of artist that we play at this time because it's that kind of sound is what they want to present to that audience that they're marketing to it. But if y'all are still having low ratings and it's still not doing good, then y'all have to get to a point where y'all start experimenting and start bringing in different aspects of. Right. So like we thought, like I said, we would have to be saying, yo, play us because blah blah, but nah,
they doing the work for us. They're doing the work for us.
But let me direct this question to you: if there was a radio station that came out tomorrow and they played underground music 24 hours a day, would you listen to that radio station?
Yeah, most likely, yeah. To give us some ratings and shit, and if I like the shit they're playing,
if it's marketed in the right way, they know how they market it.
I asked that question because
I grew up to listening to the Goats, Stretch and Bobbito. So I already went through that, so I'll do it again if I need to.
Right. But you're anti the machine.
Very
anti-radio.
Anti-pop radio machine, like the machine that.
Oh, I get what you're trying to say. So it's a machine is doing it to appease people
because they're trying to like. Alright,
because they still own the machine. Still owns it.
Alright, perfect. As long as it's not rotational, like every fucking song, and like brainwashing you with the same song. Even though the shit could be dope, I give everybody a chance. You know what I mean? And they come back around to it.
So you'd be upset.
I'm happy with that.
So you'd be upset.
I mean, there might be a song or two that I'll probably, if I was the DJ, I'd be like, you're gonna hear this shit again because of me. So like, I like this shit. Boom, let's go.
If they play Shook One 3 times a day, you'd be pissed off.
Huh?
If they play Shook One 3 times a day, you'd be pissed off.
It's variety, man.
But I wouldn't even think. I
don't know.
I'm just saying. I'm just thinking.
I get it. I get where he's coming from with it. But I
mean,
mean, I feel like it should be if look, it's dope shit. You know what it is with like those stations and all that, like 187, 105. It's rotational with the same shit as payola. They're brainwashing you to like this shit, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what they're doing. They're indoctrinating you with this shit. Like, you're gonna listen to this shit 20 times in a day. You're gonna love it. You're gonna know the lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
I think what we all crave is that time where the DJ was basically the taste maker.
If he liked it,
you know
he
what I'm
played
saying?
it.
If he liked it, he played it. You know, like if it was dope, no matter what, it's going to.
He's gonna play it. I don't give a fuck if half the people listening don't like it.
There was there was a time in hip hop where we had that, and payola always existed. You know, the hustling cast was like, yo, play my man. You know what I'm saying? And his man might have been dope.
Right.
His man might have been the shit. But the DJ got, you know, I really appreciate. You know what I'm saying? It was always there, but it wasn't so formulaic. It wasn't so contrived.
See, I would listen to it. If you're gonna pay me, I gotta listen to it. If I like it, you know what I mean. But I couldn't play something I don't like. I can't do it.
Listen, Max.
Me, bro.
Listen, Max. That everybody says that, but
Puffy's there with like
but everybody no. But I was just gonna say that. Everybody's got a price. Everybody's got a price.
No doubt.
Think about it this way. No. But think about it this way. You're the #1 DJ in the country. Everybody's dying to get on your show, and then the machine comes to you, like a label comes to you. It's like, yo, we want you to pump. You know, Shorty Shit's thing. You know what I'm saying? Right, you have to pump his record. Get
I don't think I would though.
I swear. No. I don't think I would. What I'm saying though, and then they can offer you the money that you seek. Like what would be the price? What would be your price?
I don't know, man.
5?
If the day ever comes, I'll figure it out that day. Right now, I'll be like, nah,
they would figure it out. Yo, let me tell you.
The day Max walks in here with a shiny suit, jiggy,
and a briefcase.
No, the shift has occurred.
But you know, guilty.
But you know what's crazy is that some of the dopest artists never got heard because of payola.
100%.
Absolutely.
But
that's what I'm saying.
But some of the dopest artists did get
because
heard.
of that too. Yeah.
Because of it.
Because of
you know what I'm saying?
It's like,
and so now we have this wild,
it's
like paradox.
And
we trying to maneuver around. You know what I'm saying?
So like I was saying that the way when I saw the Clue thing and like how they want to say what should be presented to the people, right? Because the people, the collective consciousness of the people want a certain vibe. They want to vibrate. They vibrate on a certain level, right? So they want to hear certain things that vibrate on their level. But if corporate is still deciding, no, this Chris Brown record should be what's played at 3 p.m. because this is what these people, we want these people to think, then it's like y'all now contriving the whole thing. So now y'all have to pick a poison. Like you could like stay where y'all at, or y'all could try to get new listeners, or y'all could understand like a group like Natural Elements borders on both of those things, like where it's digestible, but you could play it for your audience and they'll still like it.
It's a good bridge.
It's a good bridge between right, exactly.
But to be clear, DJ Clue stated that Rock Marciano is not or should not be played on radio at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. That was his.
Well, it's saying that when he's on, that it drops down in the in the meter.
So like he's not marketable. But
I wonder,
basically is what he's saying.
It's the meter they have.
How much?
Like what meter? I want to see that meter.
Yeah, me too. I want to see this fucking real thing.
Show me it.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, how much control does Clue have over what he plays anyway?
Something.
He can't say Rock Marcy shouldn't play at 2 o'clock because they're gonna tell you what to play at 2 o'clock no matter what.
Exactly.
So
And in
your
reality,
opinion
if you
is-
were to
is
play Rock
invalid.
Marcy the way you play other shit, people will probably end up starting to like it.
Yeah,
In all
because
honesty, you know what I'm saying?
it's a variety.
Yeah.
So like, if they could sneak that in and what you call sneaking in, whatever.
Might be the
it-
higher ups involved.
right? It's
No,
high-
but
Oh,
Cypher
definitely.
Sounds
Russell
just-
Alonso's involved, yeah.
Cypher Sound said the same thing. When I was a
100%.
DJ, I used to have to play 8 or 9 joints that they told me so that I could sneak in a most
One of mine.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Sneak in
yeah,
a
yeah,
Pharoah
yeah.
Monch.
That's how you do it, because that even the people that's listening, like the people that like lyricism and all that, if they feel like, okay, if I put on this 105 right now, right, I might hear something that I like in the 4th song or the 5th, but if they know for a fact that they're not gonna play that kind of music, then they're not gonna listen at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you could take the chance of just not saying that audience is even worthy, but then that audience has
May
an
save your life.
Right, it might save your life because they
You
not
dying
listening.
anyway.
Yeah, you're dying anyway.
You might as well try it.
You might as
To
well
be
try it.
fair. to
And
be
no
fair.
other genre like hip hop has like kind of like boxed itself into
True indeed.
Oh, yeah,
Word,
absolutely.
word.
Perfect
Definitely.
word.
1000%.
Hip hop battles
put
itself.
it,
Does.
yeah,
It's
and
sick
put
with
itself
something.
there.
1000%.
You know, where it's kind of hard to like.
It doesn't
kinda
allow
move
itself to
wiggle
grow.
room.
Yeah,
Wiggle room.
yeah,
It doesn't-
it doesn't
like-
give it the wiggle room it
It-
needs to slip a artist like us
Yeah,
in there,
yeah.
or slip artists like my
And
man
it's-
Rock,
that's-
Peace to Rock,
Word.
you know, in there that really
Seamlessly.
deserve that type of
Yes.
exposure.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
I think
You
in 2025 was a perfect year for that, where we talked about it on the show a couple of times before when we reviewed albums, but in 2025 some of the best albums were released by older artists and
Right.
artists
True.
that
Right.
made a certain type of sounding
Yes.
music.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think finally like we're talking about variety. It didn't all sound like the kid stuff.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
it
I
actually
felt
sounded
that
like something
too.
different.
It's
Yeah,
what
I
it's
felt
what I
what
was
I'm saying.
is what I was saying before. Hip hop, when it acts as age,
That's right.
Yeah.
it's gonna sound a certain way.
Exactly.
Right.
What I
You know
was
what I'm saying?
getting ready to say.
And you could say, yo, it's a young man's game or whatever. But who made that up? And who's saying that? Who's saying that that's
I hate
still
that they
relevant?
age it too.
Yeah,
I hate
they
that
age
shit.
it.
Like,
That's
the fuck
exactly
out
what I
of
was
here.
going
And
to
not
say.
only that-
And that was that moment, like where we see the shift.
Right.
That okay, this thing we growing up.
Yeah.
Word.
We not wanting to hear the same shit we wanted to hear. We
The
not
audience
go-
don't- right.
we not behave. You know, hip hop is at this transitional thing
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it's doing. It'll always be there for the youth.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we got us that grew up and grow older with
Yeah.
it. That we got other things that's on our plate.
Yeah.
We got other ears that
Exactly.
that
Well, I
is
was talking about the
listen,
last
you
show
know,
we had with
listen
FU.
to.
Salute to my brother FU.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, I was like, look, when I was like 17, 16,
Yeah.
the shit I like, it was definitely like that crime,
That grimy
all that shit.
shit,
Like, that's what I was
yeah,
living through. I was at that age.
Yeah.
And don't get, I still love that type of music.
definitely.
But now, instead of like witty punchlines and street shit, I like hearing content, like
Yeah.
good substance. That's
Yeah.
what I like
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, bro, I can hear a guy fucking, him and his wife going on a date with their kids, and I'm like, damn, that shit is different now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No
it does,
doubt,
especially
no
if they do
doubt.
it, you know, like lyrically, like, you know what I mean? If you mix it well.
yeah.
That's the
thing
kind of
too,
shit I
like-
fucks with now.
Like I
Like,
said
I like
earlier, we're at that point now that we're the first ones experiencing that.
Yes.
We're the
Yeah,
first-
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Where the
Yeah.
age
we're at
we
that
fall
point
into,
right now
word.
where the genre now itself is at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's no longer, it's only been a genre that's been around for 20 years, meaning it's only 20 years old. It's
Yeah.
basically still a kid. No,
Kid,
we're at
right.
50 years already.
Yeah, and
5 years older than me, so.
50 plus, we're at 50 plus years of this
Yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an old man at this point.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why when you get the album is this song called Whole Foods of Rap. One of the reasons why we named that track Whole Foods of Rap is because if you study the history, I studied the history on Whole Foods, the company,
Yeah,
and when they started, it was just a farmers market, one farmers
Yeah.
market, and they had like they try to build another one, but when they try to like start building a supermarket, like in the maybe the late '80s, early '90s. Everybody turned them down, like getting investments and all. Like, why would people want like a whole supermarket of produce? Right? So they like, yo,
And they were on like a healthy run too, with it, like a healthy kick.
right
type shit,
now.
right? Yeah,
So
yeah.
now that's what I'm saying. So like, hip hop is doing what human beings are doing right now.
Yeah.
Like everybody's on a healthier kick. When I saw like, I remember when they had this whole thing with Michelle Obama was like trying to get like better school lunches or something like that. And I'm like, oh, we was eating bullshit.
When I was like, that's what I was eating, the same shit.
They try to see y'all have a balanced meal and shit. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. So like us as like, that's why I said a Whole Foods of rap, organic and holistically, is because our style of rap and like how it's like organic flows and stuff like that, it fits with where people in the collective consciousness are right now. You know what I'm saying? Low gluten. All that.
It's reflective of your lifestyle.
Right. And it's reflective of if hip hop was a person.
Exactly.
Right. That's what they would be thinking at this time.
At this point in my life,
Whole Foods of rap.
That's the name of it.
It's number 3 on it. It's number 3 on the alignment album.
Shit like that, I love that difference in like that you name.
Now, not to cut you off because I'm gonna forget this, but so now we talking about the name of that song, right? And like how the collective consciousness on a healthier kick. Now, when you shifted that over to the business part, now Natural Elements, we want to like propose to something to Whole Foods and see if we could get like maybe the hook in a commercial or whatever. And on the business side, now we would be able to do something like that and not look like, because back in the day it was like, oh, you a sellout. So now all of those things that we would have not done before on the business end, now we can do it effortlessly, and it matches with us as a group, as how our natural selves, you know what I'm saying, pun intended, that we don't have to change anything, you know what I'm saying?
And also, if you were to sign with Whole Foods, look at what you would be promoting. If anybody calls you a sellout for promoting living healthy, wanting to live longer, then that person's view is just skewed.
And that's what hip hop is supposed to be used for. It's for stuff like that, you know?
Positivity and everything, to lead in a good, positive way.
I'm still thinking about the school lunches. I had pizza.
Potato tots. Remember the block of cheese? Remember the block of stick cheese? I used to cut them up on the piece and
little cart milks.
It was murder burgers and suicide fries. You know what I mean?
And we all have the same sport. Fucking playing
sport. That goes to show you also how much we lacked entertainment. That we would take sports and make like you had to be creative to play knuckles with the coins and shit.
You ever saw a charter school's lunch? Like they have like a buffet and shit.
Go to Japan. In Japan,
their food is
all their food is made fresh every day with all fresh ingredients every fucking day. It's nothing like over here where everything is processed. No. Everything is made fresh every day, and they have a real 3-course meal. It's like the beginner, the appetizer, the food, then you get a dessert. And it's a whole food dessert. It's not like some bullshit.
I kind of want loaded tater tots.
Catching the mail?
I ain't gonna hold you, man. I had a workout. Me workout this morning. We need a loaded tater tot.
Some bacon chopped in there.
Fuck that Whole Foods of rap shit. That's my least favorite joint around.
Edit that out for Whole Foods.
Fucking trade shit.
Whole
Foods deal.
Yo, the views of Anthony Cruz don't reflect that.
Before we wrap up, guys.
Business plan in the toilet right there.
How did you guys settle on 17 tracks?
We wanted 20.
That's too long. That's too much. We actually scaled it down.
Damn, so there's tracks that are going to be on the next one.
Is there a potential deluxe?
And the irony is, it's still a double album because they were like, oh, we're gonna, but now it's a double album anyway, so we could have.
Nowadays, 17 songs is like a double album. Like an hour long, 45 to an hour.
Not long. But that's what that was the argument. Like, no one has the attention span. We get it. No one's listening to that much. So 17, it sounds long, it's true, but it's like the fans waited for a while. We wanted to give them.
You gotta give them enough. Yeah.
Plus the 1999 was 20 songs.
Right.
So.
I'm thankful that I got 17 tracks. Shit.
We thought 20 was great, and then they were like, nah. So we kind of went back and forth. I think they wanted 10 initially. They wanted 10.
Oh, damn, so they wanted like 3 albums basically out of this shit.
Then that was like okay, 12 or 13, and Swiggle was adamant. He was like, nah, we got it. 20. He wasn't budgeting for 20.
They were saying they were
fucking and Whole Foods in that bitch.
Whole Foods got cut. So then we
politic the guy.
So we going back and forth with them. Nah, man, we gotta give them you know. And so then somehow or other it went down. Then it added, and somehow Whole Foods made it. And yeah,
That's crazy. That's dope, though.
Yeah, I like the number 17. So you know.
Yeah, 17 is a good number to be.
scientific.
It's a lot.
Follow-up question. 6 songs are currently available to be streamed right now. How did you decide on the number 6 and which
Why
6?
those 6? Yeah.
Well, we started for our fans, right? One thing with our fans that y'all didn't get to see many videos with us back then, right?
True.
We was just putting out singles, vinyl, you know.
Yeah.
You know. So when we got up with our boy Probe, I knew Probe for a long time, but when we got up with Probe, the first song that we did a video for was "We Could Exist."
This is before Fat Beats situation.
This is before Fat Beats.
We were just putting shit out.
Yeah, this is after Death Comes in Threes and
This is coming off of COVID and all that. You know.
Yeah.
We Can Exist. What was that on the NEP?
It wasn't on anything.
We just put it
So-
out.
so-
Oh shit, that was just the visuals.
So we can exist. We put that out because I'm gonna tell you. Originally, I wanted to go back to the 3-song method and put out 3 songs at the same time. So really, after what y'all heard, those 3 songs right there was supposed to be in one EP.
You're talking about We Could Exist.
We Could Exist. This Not a Drill. And Alive and Well.
Yeah, this was all pre-Fat Beats.
Right.
Got you.
We were just we're like, yo, let's shoot some videos, let's put some songs out, just to like.
I remember when I was like, yo,
So they said pick 3 out of the new ones that y'all want to put out before the album drop.
Okay.
And that's the 3 we picked. And
Yeah, because those 3 are gonna be on the album.
That's-
Right?
those are-
Yeah. When I seen them on, I was like, I already know these joints.
So when we did a listening joint with Fat Beats, like
Gotcha, okay.
you know what I'm saying, when that happened, they had heard those joints. You know what I'm saying, that we had put out previously.
They already knew them then. Yeah,
Plus we had a bunch of material that they were kind of like, oh man, and so then we were like, well, but we already were like working on an album at that point.
Okay.
And so they were like, all right, well, yeah, we're gonna pick this up right here, but we want y'all to finish what y'all planned anyway.
Okay.
So then we started recording more joints. But out of the joints they heard, they were like, yo, these are the singles.
These gotta be
and they integrated it into the system, into their system.
Into what they were doing.
Gotcha.
So those
Fat
3.
Beats is respectful,
Right,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
and it was good for us
it.
because we felt like the We Could Exist and the This Is Not a Drill, which we did the 3-man and all the videos are fire, the songs are fire. They didn't really, we were doing it ourselves, nothing really behind it, like we're not really tapped back into our audience.
Gotcha,
So Fat Beats, at least those will get some exposure.
Right, we can get some traction with that, you know.
Is there any tracks on this album that were recorded like years ago?
Yeah,
there is.
There's a few of them. There's a few of them.
Like
Alignment is one.
Alignment is one.
The title track.
Yeah.
It's an old track.
It's an old track.
Like 90s or like 2000s?
Nah,
2000s.
So there's nothing on here that could have been from the 90s.
Nah, we thought about it. There was
thought
one. There was one joint with Ka.
with
Ka.
Ka.
But Ka was just talking. He was not rapping on it. I believe,
No, he wasn't
right?
rapping. He was
Still,
yeah.
just his essence on it.
Essence on there.
But the album's dedicated to Ka. We put
The whole album is dedicated to
Rest in
Ka.
peace to Ka, man.
He's on the album. He has a little excerpt on there.
Okay.
Not rhyming or nothing, but he's on there.
Yeah,
but there was a joint that because Ka it was actually on the original Tommy Boy album, and it's Vu spitting some solo shit.
Yeah.
And Ka's talking. Yo, you the
was,
man.
yo,
But we held it because we were like, we were gonna do it.
Kept that shit. Not
We
on
kept
it.
it.
So it's in a vault still.
It's in a vault. It's in a
still
vault.
there.
And you know what I'm saying? We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
But we just decided let's just keep the new album new.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Plus, Fat Beats is putting out some older catalog stuff, so we'll see how that
right.
plays
There
out.
will be going
I'll save it for later. I got a question for that one too.
So it's one thing with us too is that when time exceeded like 20 years since when we put out stuff like in the 95s and 96s, because of like looking on YouTube and seeing like the different songs that we had up there and the comments and stuff, we kind of gauged that as crazy as it sounds, like we knew how to do timeless music. Because if it lasted 2 decades, that means that what we do now could last 2 decades from now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when we was recording, it was always like, okay, we know the timeless formula, like what to put in there or what to not put in there to have it have a long shelf life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we did with it. So when you hear, so when I said we did like 8, 9 joints or whatever, when we was just about to hand the album, we sprinkle those throughout the joints, but everything is timeless on there. You know what I mean? If I must say myself.
Yeah, and speaking of which, you know, I'm sure y'all probably heard by now the Infinite Shine.
I already know that the original too.
Right,
Yeah.
You know what?
I'll bring it up later. I got
me too. Me too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I even rocked this shirt in there as an homage. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Everything's timeless, and
I didn't see any features on it, but I don't know if you guys wanted to let people know
just
or
the only
not. Is there
person
a feature
yeah,
like outside of Natural?
Janae Saxon.
Yeah, well, other than that, I figured like other MCs.
Not other MCs. But
Okay,
because we always.
I love it.
We just kept it a buck like that. You know what I'm saying?
That shit organic between the three. That's
We
beautiful.
always had our own. We never really needed anything else on the track. I mean, it was always like that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, in history, from what I know, I've never really had features.
Yeah.
I was always a fan. You know what I mean?
We're not opposed to it, but I just think for this reintroduction to old
give them the
new
natural
fans,
E that they need to
just
hear.
give them that, and then let everything else fall how it falls.
No doubt.
How much does Charlamagne have production credits on it? How many?
Like
almost
75%.
Yeah, he got a lot. I know one of the singles, Dopamine, is in him, right?
My boy,
Yeah, that shit is fire too. The dude in the wheelchair, whatever, right?
That's my childhood friend. Diabetes, throw him off.
Pobrecito, but that's a fire track, man. I'm not gonna lie.
And IG Nexus.
IG Nexus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He did a live and well too.
Yeah, and Real 6 did.
Okay, that's an older one too. I remember that. I remember.
Yeah, and Real 6 who
with
actually
alignment.
did Alignment, the title track. Yeah, so. Work with a few others.
Big salute to Charlamagne, man.
Yeah, big
I wish he could have made it too. That would have been beautiful.
Yeah, he's the founder.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he founded the
Came up with the name and
He's the
all.
founder. Word.
Absolutely.
Big salute to Charlamagne, man. Wish he was here, man.
And he set up, and you know what he did for us too, man, is like not only did he come up with the name, but he gave us a sound, like a certain sound that, like, okay, that's Natural Elements.
Glue,
like nobody,
the glue.
Yeah, because without that,
He made up the 3-man weave, right? Like that he make it up like the
well,
name.
he's the one. Well, not the name, but he did say,
He did say, yo, y'all should attack this like that.
like yes,
that.
he did.
That's
He said,
ill though. Like how do you?
because
Like he saw something, you know, that
Yeah.
y'all probably didn't see.
Yeah,
Like,
because he was
He's
how
like
he,
that.
because Charlamagne's like really my mentor. I know Charlamagne since I was 10 years old.
No doubt.
So we both from St. Lucia. So Charlamagne used to sit me down and play me like old school
yeah,
park jams,
definitely.
and he used to be like, you see how he hypes up the crowd and he goes right
finishes
after
his
him,
rhyme.
and he's like, y'all should do that. But but he told me that years later after, because I wasn't even rapping then at 10 years old. So he refreshed my memory and like, yo, you remember when I played you Treacherous 3 and they was doing, and I'm like, oh shit. So that's what we the first time we did 3-man weave was with me, Kai, and Vu on the Def Jam project, on the Def Jam demo.
Yeah, demo.
Now is that a song that actually came
Triple
out?
Team.
Triple Team. Okay, that was on one of the unreleased EPs.
Yeah.
Fire shit too.
And to piggyback off that, the fact that you say Treacherous 3, I do feel like we kind of combine errors. Like we have a respect,
Right,
and
that's
I'm giving props to Grand Poobah.
Of course.
We have an homage to like
Yeah.
the Treacherous 3s. I grew up in the same building as Tito from the Felix 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have that
We have
respect
that
for the founders.
As it should be.
We grew up.
Yeah.
We grew up in the midst of the 80s and 90s where we lit as shit.
Yeah, that
and,
fucking-
and even respect for all the heads that came after us that rock it.
yeah.
And we just feel like we combine all that.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's just
I think
hip-hop.
that adds to the.
That's a perfect name. Natural elements, y'all.
Yeah.
All the elements from each era. Think about it, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because y'all to me are bridge to that. You
Yeah.
have that sound
Yeah.
to do both sides of
Yeah.
like the spectrum. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
the
Not like that full,
timelessness. Yeah.
obviously commercial pop shit, but you have something that's there.
Yeah, and that's
You know
the
what I'm saying? The sound
timelessness
is
that
there.
we talk about, cause what happens is because we all are students of it. You know, like I grew up listening to the tapes that Charlamagne was letting L hear.
Word.
And L actually came up listening to those tapes too. A lived with one of my favorite all-time rappers in his building, Tito.
Fire, yeah, that's
You know
fire,
what I'm
man,
saying?
yeah.
Like I even told, remember I was like, yo, word, Tito, one of my favorite rappers ever.
That's
you know,
crazy. That's
and
dope,
so
though.
like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have that.
So it's
and that-
definitely an alignment, bro.
Right,
Like-
yeah, and so but that adds to the, you know, like being grounded in that shit, like gives us that timelessness type of energy that we you know what I'm saying? Because we like even when we were doing promos, I used to be like, yo, L, peep this, I got this shit from the Cold-Cuts brothers. I want you to say, yo, it's the L, baby. It's the L, baby. The one who, you know what I'm saying? That's how we came up with this shit. I was listening to Cold Crush, you know? So the timelessness that we get from just being like we live, shit, eat, sleep, hip hop.
They incorporate those elements.
Oh yeah, even in the original Shine, like, you know, my first rhyme was a Master Ace line. Like we're constantly giving homage,
Constantly
back
giving
to him.
homage, giving it back. Yeah,
once you get
definitely.
the capital
Big shout out to
capital
Essence.
state.
Yeah.
It's
Shout out to
Essence.
Peace to
Essence.
Essence.
Murk that
Essence.
shit.
Yeah.
That's a question I'm gonna ask too for later.
Okay, no doubt.
But it's like intertwining with what I'm trying to ask. I'm like,
Yeah.
motherfuckers. You know?
Yep. So
But whatever, it is what it is.
So there's
I love
our
it, I
deep
love it.
love and appreciation for what the ones that did before us, that came before us, the ones that rocked with us, and even the ones that are yet to come.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Indeed.
saying? So, yeah.
How did the Fat Beats deal come about? Did they reach out to you or you reach out to them?
Swigger's the visionary on that one.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, big up to Chris Atlas. Chris Atlas was one of our A&Rs. Well, he was the head A&R at Tommy Boy when he was in Tommy Boy in '98. He's the president of Fat Beats now.
Wow.
So we did
alignment.
Bro, this is crazy.
Right
That's
now.
crazy. Yeah.
Now,
man.
what we did the 25th anniversary of Fat Beats because we always had a relationship with Fat Beats since '94 when we first started putting out records.
Obviously.
Big up Eclipse.
DJ, they tour.
And they the first ones that was dealing with us on the retail level, right? If I remember right.
yeah.
Right?
They
them
was
Rock and
buying.
Soul.
They
Yeah,
wasn't
they was
even
bu-
doing it on consignment.
Yeah, they was. Yeah,
Like they were the first, like one of the first places that really showed us love.
Organic love,
You know,
like
right?
real love,
As
like,
a
yeah,
fortress, as an
yeah.
independent.
Right,
You know what
Don't
I'm
find
saying?
shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
That's
So we had that relationship with them so long ago, right? So then now they hooked up with this label called Rostrum Records.
Yeah.
And you know, they got a whole new funding and they a real label now. So when I saw Chris Atlas, he was like, yo, we saw him at the 30th anniversary.
Right.
He was the one that was like handling artists, bringing the artists in through the side or whatever. And he was like, yo, what's going on, guys? I ain't see y'all in so long. Like, what's going on with y'all? I was like, yo, we finishing up an album right now. And that was gonna be the album that had like We Could Exist and all that. And was like, yo, we just finishing up the album. He's like, yo, man, we got some resources up at Fat Beats now. I'm the president now, and we would like to hear it. We would like to hear what y'all doing, like, you know. So before we got up with them, my vision was, okay, we was working with the streaming platform Riverbank. Big up to Vidal and big up to Charlamagne.
Yeah, sure.
But I was like, when we put out the album with you guys, I want Fat Beats to do the physical part of it, just the you know.
At the merch.
And the merch,
vinyl,
the vinyl CDs.
CDs,
we was like, yo, they plugged into the system. They know our core audience. You know, like let's rock with them. So when they offered us a situation where we could do a partnership, where we could put out an album where they do the digital and physical part, but then they do repressings of the 1999 album, the Death Comes in Threes, the NEP, and let's have a partnership tenure, you know, and we did, and we put together the contract, and it's a nice partnership we have with them. Where
it's seamless because it's
you know,
Eclipse and then it's Atlas from Tommy Boy. It was just kind of like we didn't feel weird about it. It was It was like yo, we need that because we needed some battery behind our back. We was doing it by ourselves with a certain amount of track, but you know what I'm saying, like the level that's not really. So we figured, yo, the brand Fat Beats is like a staple in New York.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
And being
like,
that we had a relationship with them.
Already,
in my mind, I'm like, what took this so long?
It was meant to be this way, bro. It was meant to be. That's all it was.
Exactly.
So
It was
even
meant
if
to be at a certain time. Like
exactly. So when we, another thing too is that when we was in talks with them, or before we was in talks with them, the thing was that they was looking for people, just like any other label, looking for people that has digital numbers, right? So well, the first thing I thought was like, hold up, they have receipts from Natural Elements selling out records in their stores from '94, so that should not be a factor with us. They should they'll make all their money just off of us physically.
Right. Yeah.
So, and that's what it is. And we have some nice splits with them when it comes to, you know, our percentages, and they're super excited. Like, they have their marketing team. They, you know, we have, you know, more structure now as far as like it's really like they really taking it seriously and excited, and we're excited to be there.
They're not just a record store, because I remember somebody.
They went from a record store.
When I was talking to
they were a knife and they were on top of the Great Papayas.
Yeah, he's like, yo, that's like, I just remember them as a record store. I'm like, me too. We did too, but like, I didn't realize. Even, I'll be honest, even when this shit was going down and the listing says, I didn't really know. I just thought, okay, it's Fat Beats, they're gonna put out our records. Like in my mind, I'm like, okay, I didn't know it was a whole situation. You know what I'm saying? So I was surprised when they were like, yo, this is the deal. We're gonna do this. I was like, word, like, word.
And
and they're a respected establishment, like it's Fat Beats. Who doesn't know Fat Beats?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, we have a whole rollout going. Like, I didn't really know. We was prepared for it because we was training all this time for it. So we was ready on deck at any moment. But I didn't know it was gonna be this type of situation. Like, yo, we got roll out, bum bum bum. So it's beautiful.
Yeah, just working radio and another person that's in there, Sam Crespo. Big up to Sam Crespo. He was the radio guy at Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
So now he's working these records. So he's happy to, you know, yo, I got y'all in rotation at Shake 45.
It's
I got y'all this, you know, stuff like that.
It's unfinished business from
It's
Tommy Boy.
business.
From the album that didn't come out,
From
what it was
the
supposed to,
from the
and
style.
now it's aligning. I hate saying it again.
Yeah.
Like, it's naturally aligning. Like, you know what I mean? But it's just the way it is.
Fat Beats is the same way. Every meeting is like alignment, everything's like alignment. And Sean Jones,
Yo,
big
for
up
that
our boy.
Fat Beats, you hire me, let me know.
I'm
in there.
Sean Jones, big up Sean Jones. He was the promotional guy.
He was in radio, but like radio promotions.
He did the photography.
He did the photography.
So it's all like
Bro, it's perfect. The album name, the way the year it's coming out, the people that are involved, everything is just like it's just supposed to happen.
And I'm so
simple and plain. That's it.
And I don't mean to over accentuate this, but yo, that we have visuals, man. Like Natural Elements. I used to be able to walk the streets and nobody know nothing because we didn't have no video. So it's like I love the fact that we getting to present real good looking videos too. Like you know, and I want y'all to look out for our documentary too. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
We got a doc.
Is that also through Fat Beats?
it is.
That's gonna be through Fat Beats too. Yeah, Journey to Alignment. Yeah,
Big salute to fucking Fat Beats, man. I used to be in your store for like 2 hours looking for every CD because I'm a piece of shit. I used to go to places and hide CDs if I didn't have the money. And I'll hide them in another carrot, you know. So when I go, I'm like, there's somebody out there like me. So I'm going through them bitches.
Maybe that one Natural Element CD.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my boys, I used to take my boys to Fat Beats, and we're going. We'll make a day in the city. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I'm stopping at Fat Beats, get Great Papayas, whatever. We good. And then my boys are being there with me, and I'm literally like, I swear to God, I'm like, and my boy, Mark is like, yo, you really going through every single CD? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'll meet you downstairs. I'll be downstairs. He said, yeah, I come down. He's with a 40 of Valentine. Shit, like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
It's like going to a museum and shit.
yeah, man. This is me. It's the love that I have for the music.
Yeah,
I love it. Like,
That's curated.
yeah, I love that shit, bro. I love
shit,
music.
man.
Like I want more. Like every weekend, I'm like, I want something else. You know what I mean? But next week is literally for y'all only. Any other LP that comes out is like, dude, every other LP put back on the shelf. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm looking at next week, bro. I swear to God.
Big up to Rock and Soul too, and like Bobito's footwork and all that. Those because those were very intricate too. But Fat Beats was like the pillar.
Yeah,
you know, and then they opened
up for underground, like
they opened the one in LA and they had the one in Amsterdam. And all
Amsterdam, I think they had one in Atlanta too, or some shit, right?
Yeah, they had one in Atlanta.
Right, bro. Yo, bro, and it was to me, it was a quick fucking path train. A block away, I get off on 9th Street. It was right there. That was so easy for me, bro. I was like, yo, I'm going to Fat Beats.
Yeah, I believe they
go to
opened
Washington Square Park, go smoke some weed, go to Broadway, go shop at Yellow Rat Bastard and shit. Like, you know what I mean? It was great times, man. I love that era. Now, is this album gonna drop on streaming on the same day too?
Yes.
Awesome. Because I do. I use streaming now.
Right.
Back then, the only way I could listen to shit was on tape and CD.
Yeah, and we
now that I do have the stream, I'm like, but I still collect. I still buy. But I'm like, to make it easier, so I don't gotta open up the shit. Like, I want to hear it streaming too.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you the truth, man. Like, when people like I know like a lot of artists look down or frown upon like the splits they have in streaming and I hear,
I get
but
it.
yo, for us that's been putting out music for so long that had to do it the physical way. Like the only way the records that get to the stores if we press them up ourselves and bring them up, or like us recording and like bringing it up to Mayhem show and people getting it on tapes and stuff. So we went through all of those changes. So us being able to like go to our TuneCore or whatever, and put upload and the new Natural Elements song is out to the world. We love that. Like so
when you were getting played on Stretch and Bob, you didn't get paid for that.
No,
you just got a little more known.
So
you didn't get paid unless you sold vinyl or something.
That's yo Max, you hit the nail, man, because that's what I told people when they say, "Yo, you only get Spotify only give you 0.8 whatever." I'm like, yo, how about 0 when they pass your tapes around? They just pass your tapes around.
Who's on the go to radio? We didn't get paid.
Exactly. I didn't get paid to go down to NYU to rap.
You have to travel there, get played, and like freestyle everything.
I paid to get there.
And you ain't get paid to freestyle.
Exactly.
So 0.003 cents sounds better than it was.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I understand the other look too. You know what I mean?
I understand that
I get
too.
it,
Yeah,
but I
definitely
mean,
fair pay is.
But you have to, I guess,
definitely.
Yeah, I guess you have to have like a comparison to know, like,
like
yo, I have a room now, but I was once in a shelter and I was once homeless. Okay, now I have a room that's better than everything. You know what I'm saying? So
the problem is that these guys start in the room.
They start in the room. Yes.
It's all perspective.
Absolutely right.
I feel like in 5 years or so, students Swigger's gonna be like a blue collar union rep. He's gonna be a good union rep, man.
You're gonna be speaking for Spotify. A quarter each plate, That'll be great though. Shit, imagine even a penny a plate.
I'm for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm for
They
it.
could afford it too.
They could.
I'm for it. Don't get me twisted.
With this being a partnership with Fat Beats, can we expect more projects and can we expect any shows? And I'm not sure if you guys might have the answer to this, but is Fat Beats planning to do any pop-ups?
All 3, yes. Well, we just connected with a new booking agent. We about to finalize some stuff with this new booking agent domestically. Overseas, we have like such a, a lot of our peers, a lot of other rappers that just love us, and they like, yo, I would love to introduce y'all to our booking agent that books us in Germany and whatever, and y'all could come out with us. And so we have a lot of those that we have to lock. We don't, we can't be in 3 places at one time, so we have to, really, you know what I mean? Like we really have to compartmentalize. But as far as like shows, yeah, definitely. Last year we did Summer Stage twice. Like we love like outside shows, festival shows.
Me and my brother Sam, we
did
was
a
just
lot of
talking
clubs,
about when y'all did the Rocksteady. I think it was Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly.
It was there, bro. Like we love those. Like what year was that? I don't even remember the year.
Piece of Lyricist Lounge.
Piece of Lyricist
And in Newark, y'all did a Rocksteady too in Newark. Cellar Dwellers, all of them.
Yeah, because we did a lot of years of club shows, and those are cool. Like 2 a.m, you get on. Like we did a lot of those. So like shows where it's like people are outside at 4 p.m, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like we love that, and we love the festivals. And,
it is. It's still like daylight. It's chilling. Like
a lot of those are soft, what they call soft tickets, but we like the variety of people that's there too, because we lend ourselves to like if you like when we just do like Europe and like it'll be like us under a tent and like Metallica under another tent and like we got to see. No, I'm saying like we got to
we were next to
those big festivals, those big festivals, like those festivals are like so many different kinds of people that Natural Elements we make a lot of new fans in those kind of settings.
Right.
Pop-up shop, definitely documentary shows. All that, man.
Yeah, we got it.
Yes, let us know when the shows are coming.
Yes.
Absolutely, and the documentary.
This episode will be out, but they have a show Friday, right? At Hidden Tiger.
Not a show,
we're
but
not a
album
show.
release.
Album release party. But it's Friday. This will be out. But I'll be there if I can.
Man, we gonna.
And me and wife get off to the right foot. I got.
Let me ask you guys one last question in closing on alignment.
Right.
And if possible, can I get an answer from each of you individually? What do you want the listeners to take away from alignment, the album?
I'll go first. What do I want them to take away from alignment? I'm just keep it simple, man. a pleasurable musical experience, a well-rounded, satisfying, gratifying hip-hop album.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. I just want them to hear the evolution, but the original formula too. Like, I know it's hard for groups to do that because like they either want one or the other, or they like only know how to do one or the other. So like, I just want them to grasp that we pulling from all eras of ourselves for this album.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and I want them to enjoy the album, and listen. There's some gems in there for you.
Right.
So listen close.
Definitely.
You know,
Rewind that shit, catch it, whatever y'all gotta do, man.
Live with it for a minute.
Listen
Light up to it, because 420 is right next to the album.
Right.
There's some Henny.
But most of all, but the most
Scotch,
important
whatever,
thing is to simply enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
That is beautiful. Guys, thank you for pulling up today. Everybody,
No
make
doubt.
sure on April
doubt.
17th, you get the new album Alignment available on all DSPs.
Yeah.
You can also go to fatbeats.com, get your merch, get your hoodies, get your hats,
Absolutely.
get your albums, your vinyls, CDs,
Absolutely,
tapes.
yes.
Be on the lookout for the documentary. Be on the lookout. These brothers are going to hit the road soon. They're going to be hitting the stage. Be on the lookout for some
Coming
new
to a
music
stage.
after this one. Let's work this one, and then we're going to get some more after that.
Volume 3, man.
And
Might
go
get-
backwards and check out all the music that was
yeah.
released previously, which we're gonna discuss when we come right back.
Yeah,
So-
quick shout out to my son Adriano. He scored a goal today.
And with
I
that,
lost, but he
we are
scored.
back. And we out. Shout out to Adriano.
Peace.